Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Hello readers. I don't know if you managed to get to UK Games Expo last weekend, but if you did, I hope you had a great time. As always, we didn't make it. I'd love to make it one year. Maybe next year, we can only hope. Now readers, have you reviewed or rated us yet on your podcast app of choice? If you have not, well then shame on you. Throw us some stars. Give us a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever. It helps us build up the show. It helps us get visibility. And if you leave a review, so much the better. We love to hear from you through social media. You can find us at Billowing Hilltop on Blue Sky, on Threads, at Billowing Hilltop on the awful X. And you can find us on Facebook. We've got a page, and we've got Billow Talk, a little kind of whatever it is, sort of group thing, page thing that I don't really understand. And you can find us on Instagram. We mostly post episode updates, but we post the occasional map, which can throw a little bit more light on these situations. I'll be posting a map up shortly of the encounter that we're currently covering. Right, that's it. I better stop waffling on. Let us push on with episode 248 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Let's get blown. I sort of think that they're worried about Spurs fans taking flares into the stadium, because that's what they were wearing the last time they were in a European final.
Good.
Good evening, readers.
You're doing really well in the Premiership at the moment, aren't you?
Oh,
it's
yes.
just...
I mean, if you turn the table upside down, we've got absolutely no earthly...
It's the journey, not the end result.
It's not, though, is it?
Of course it's not.
It's a coin toss. To be honest, I'd rather it was a coin toss.
What, an actual
It'd all
coin
be
toss?
over much more quickly. Yeah, if they just said, sod it. They had a huge coin that came out to that UEFA music.
On one of those little car things.
Yeah. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Good evening. We're back in the writhing sanctum. Basically, Dragotha's kind of command centre.
You can see that
Isn't
now.
Are we in the tabernacle of something or other?
The Tabernacle of Worms is the name of Dragotha's temple complex, and the writhing sanctum is the heart of it. But it's not really the heart, because it's at the top of a big tube. But yeah, there's a ziggurat. The ziggurat used to have something on top of it, but that thing on top of it has been ripped off. That might play into some of your feeble memories of Age of Worms lore of the past. On the other hand, it might not. In fact, I know that it doesn't.
You know so well.
Yeah,
the ziggurat is...
On top of the ziggurat in the lands that wait, there was a slab of stone
the
that
monolith.
Imprisoned.
Thank you. Yes.
And Dragotha came along and swept it away.
Yes. Exactly right. Well done. 100 story points to Johnny. They're meaningless. They're worthless.
Can't trade them in for experience
shiny,
points.
And they distract Johnny for up to a minute at a time.
Probably trade them in for an extra Ort dice.
I'm joined by Johnny, as you can hear, and I'm joined by my favourite player, Dan.
Hello.
I have also
Don't
with
know why
me
I was
the
quite so
technical
jolly there.
disappointment that is Paul.
Oh, thanks.
That's harsh.
Once again, I'm afraid we don't have Lucas, and you'll want to get snowed in with this hunky Odin. It's
That's a bit weak.
Olaf
Yeah, not
Hopperson,
sure about that one.
the hot Viking Graham. Well, people are sending them in now. That
Yes.
was Steve. Thank you, Steve. I thought
Yeah,
it was
I
pretty
mean,
good.
That
you
was
know,
quite
Steve,
good,
yeah,
yeah.
but Odin is a specific individual.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, it's not
just
like a
people are-
Viking.
I mean,
There's not
okay,
Odin.
I tell you what, you start sending them in, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah? And then we'll
I've
see
got a
how
much
we get
better
on.
joke.
Well, Dan's joke
Oh,
corner,
hang on,
I
it's
think.
Dan's joke
What's
corner,
it called?
isn't it?
Corner? Humour corner?
It's the comedy corner with Dan.
Yeah, and we're
corner.
going to go over now, readers, in a new feature we're just calling Comedy Corner. Dan, take it
it's
away.
just
Hang on,
tell a
this
really
is
crap
replacing
joke.
Spidey facts, isn't it?
Well,
Oh,
it
is
is
it?
when Lucas
Well,
is
in
here.
the absence
Yeah.
of Lucas,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's all we got.
What do
Yeah,
you call?
braced. Yeah.
What do you call a musician who's bad with money? Brokey Robinson.
I'm so sorry, Dan.
I'm so sorry.
dear.
I can only
That's
apologise.
That's really awful.
What? We've had an email. Shall we have another email?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
We had an
change the
email.
subject quickly.
I think it's Dan's
Oh,
turn
is it?
to use the tongs. Well, as punishment. As
You're not
penance
even allowed to use the tongs.
for that. Yeah, that's a good point. Put the tongs down.
Is it going to be from a different reader, not the ones that we always get them from? In other words, we've got more than 5 readers.
Do we?
I wouldn't
Since
go
when?
that far.
Pushing
It's
it.
a little one-man wet weekend that is Johnny. We're sorry,
is it a
Johnny.
new reader?
I think it is
But
from
last week you read out an email from someone who emailed previously.
Emailed him before.
Well, that's a
Yeah,
fan.
I should have just emailed him back and just said, don't bother, mate. Johnny's bored of you. This is from Martin, and Martin is new. Well, he's not new because he's on episode 169. But it's the first time he's emailed in. Hi, I have been a reader for some time now and have been enjoying your podcast. I am easily pleased.
Obviously.
After 169 episodes, I have come up with what I think might be a revolutionary game-changing new potion, mostly for Uncle Buggy.
Right.
It's called the
Heroism.
Potion of Selective Hearing.
Pardon?
It's
Yeah,
distilled from the
okay.
socks of a middle-aged father of two after a long day of work, and it offers the ability to not hear irritating noises, attacks such as hinge-head screams or jester giggles, but still allows the player to communicate with other players. That sounds useful. I don't think we want to give that to Buggy. That
Wouldn't it
sounds
be
useful.
the wax of selective hearing rather than the potion of selective hearing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
the
I
wax.
like it.
Yeah.
Martin, we're amending your email. I'm just going to backspace over some of this. I thought this might help the party when they come up against these threats. Should you need socks for this potion, I imagine you all have access to them already. However, I'm happy to post you a pair or two should you desire. No. Keep up the good work. I look forward to many more months of binge reading as I'm driving between jobs, and I can't forget the expletive bugger. Thanks for what you do. It's much appreciated. You guys are great to listen to. Many thanks, Martin. There you go. Thank
Yeah,
you, Martin.
Martin, thank
you,
Right,
Martin.
let us recap. We're sort of semi-recapping already, weren't we? You're in the Writhing Sanctum. You've nosed your way down a passage that you think may have been burrowed out by some giant creature. Running down that passage is a river of thick green liquid that sprays down the shaft that you ascended in order to get here. Far end of this passage, you've opened a giant cavern. In that cavern, there is a ziggurat. Top the ziggurat, there is a wound, like something has been taken away. The ziggurat is crawling with worms, but currently you cannot see the ziggurat because it is surrounded by a prismatic sphere.
Is that killing off the worms, by the way?
We'll get to that. At the time that you cast the prismatic sphere, atop the ziggurat was the giant winged skeletal form of Dragotha. But obviously he didn't stay because he's just appeared behind Burple and Sessions and Parker and whatever. Also, giant mouthy horror worms have started piling out the walls. One of them has swallowed Scaly. I'm just going to take your miniature, Scaly, place it within the beast. There we are.
Fabulous.
The last thing that happens on this turn is that Dragotha exhales a necrotic storm of horrible that fills the passage and spreads and bursts out into the cavern. It is a 90-foot burst thing.
Of nasty.
It's going to fill everything. It's going to get everyone. The only person that maybe is protected is Scaly inside the belly of this creature because this creature
Never
is
have I
not
felt so lucky
subject
to have been
to it.
swallowed whole.
So, let me look up the rules of this thing. It's called the Death Wind.
That doesn't sound good,
Oh.
does it?
Yeah, I
It's
do
not
that.
good.
I
No.
do that every morning when I wake up.
I think that's why Scalies are not affected.
You know, we could all die in this room.
Very easily, yes. Very easily die in this room.
We could all die.
Yes,
this
you
could be
no,
the
you
end
could
of the adventure.
very easily.
I mean,
Yes, this
forget
could be the end
book
of the
12
adventure.
and the magic.
100%. This could be it.
This could be it. Which
Oh, it's
means
not
your
gonna be.
prediction
You're
of the
gonna be
number of
fine.
episodes would be correct, except for one.
Yeah, I'll be out by about 2 or 3. Yeah, and then of course I could always retrospectively go back and combine a couple together
Just
to make
to
myself
win.
correct. Yeah, to win a sad self-imposed contest against myself.
I assume these worms are immune to Dragotha's windy breath.
Death wind.
The worms seem to be unaffected. Well, partially unaffected. It's all going to get quite chaotic.
Oh, good.
What's happening here is we've got 2 effects. We've got something that you get a save against, and then you've got some damage that, I'm afraid to say, you don't get a save against.
Oh dear. Okay.
Let's start with the thing that you do get a save against, which is the enormous force of Dragotha's wind.
Uh-huh.
Large or smaller
beans.
creatures are blown away,
baked
huge
beans.
creatures are knocked down, flying creatures are treated, blah blah blah. All sorts of rules, complicated rules. You need to make a DC... it's a DC 24 Constitution saving throw.
Would be Constitution, wouldn't it?
Does Paul's 30-foot
Everybody's at
radius still
advantage.
applies to the rest of us who are within 30 foot of him inside the
Not me.
creature?
Right, okay.
You should do.
I can't see why
It's the
not.
+3. Yep.
Well, I need a 20.
So
Plus
+3
3
saves and advantage against necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
No,
me get this absolutely
fail.
right, sorry.
Now, remind me of the
Okay.
Ort versus luck.
Okay, so
Luck.
the Ort has to be the last thing you use.
Right. So I'll re-roll with a luck. I mean, it won't work because I need a 20. Getting shit. No. Shall I use an Ort dice?
They've all just
Well,
refreshed.
I don't know if it's a small amount of damage or...
It's not going to be a small amount of damage.
This isn't damage. This is the other effect of the Death Wind.
The damage is just going to be damage without save, yeah?
What's
I'm
Death
just
Wind going to
reading
do?
the thing. I just read stuff off a
Yeah.
page.
Okay.
Yes, so far as I can tell,
Right.
it's pretty clear about what you get to save against and what you don't.
Okay. So +3
it
on
might be
this.
paralysis, but then you're...
I'm going to use an
While
Ort
you're doing
dice.
that, I'm going to roll for the
No, it's going to blow you off your feet.
17,
Okay.
20, what was it, 24, yeah?
24, yes.
So,
Burps.
Can't even do it. I can't even do it.
I got 23.
No.
Okay, I'm going to have to
Okay.
use luck as well.
While you're doing that, I'm going to roll the saves for our pink friends. One of them is not affected. The one directly in front of the creature is...
No.
It's affected, and the one with Scaly inside it fails. Okay.
Parker, we need to do Parker.
We need to do
roll
Buggy.
Buggy.
22,
Not enough.
quite enough.
Advantage. Next one.
Yeah,
31.
you've got-
Oh, you made it.
The Griffin.
Yeah.
18, no, and 26.
20.
Oh, it's
Yes,
a natural
always
20.
a natural 20.
Save.
Parker, he's at
15.
advantage. Oh, 12.
So 2. Okay, so we've got some failures.
Oh, does he have luck?
Who's
I think he
failed?
might have luck.
Parker does have luck, I believe.
Someone else roll, since I've been failing quite
I don't
relentlessly.
roll.
Okay, I'll roll.
He's at advantage, so...
A 17.
there you go.
We're bounced
And,
off the 3.
17's fine.
17's enough. So now, who saved?
Me, the
Parker
Griffin.
did, the Griffin.
Okay, so everybody who saved is not moved. Anybody who failed is moved.
I failed.
Large and smaller creatures on the ground are blown back 1d4 times 10 feet. Right, so everybody failed, including 2 of the
I'm
worms.
flying.
Oh, you're flying. You go further.
Yay!
You go 2d6 times 10 feet. But you are blown back 80 feet. You are
way.
thrown
Into the wall.
right through the prismatic wall and into the far end of the cave. Those of you who are on the ground that failed, if you're large or medium, we're all thrown back 1d4 times 10 feet. 40 feet.
What, into the wall?
And we take 1d6 points of damage for every 10 feet you're blown back. So, burps, you're thrown into the wall and bounce about a bit, and I'm going to say you take 1d6 damage. 5 points of damage. The creature with Scaly in its belly
Yes.
is thrown against the far wall.
Does he cough me up?
No, 12 points of damage. The other one lands unceremoniously in the cave, right at the foot of the ziggurat. 13 points of damage. This thing is in the prismatic wall, so what happens? It gets thrown into
When a creature
thrown
attempts
through
to
the prismatic
reach
wall.
into or pass through the wall, it does so one layer at a time through all the wall's layers.
There's no way it's going to survive going through 7 layers of a prismatic wall, and we're not going to sit here rolling dice and dice and dice over layer and layer and layer. So let's just remove it. Okay, Parker's saved. Okay, so now we do the damage. This is necrotic damage, though. So those of
so
you who
some-
are resistant, anybody within 30 feet of Scaly,
When he started to get blown, or when at the end of the blowing in-ness?
as the actress said to the bishop.
Yeah.
At the end of the blowing inness.
Well, I was...
Who was in the radius of Scaly at the point where he started?
Everybody apart from Burple.
Everyone apart from Burple, there you go.
Well, hold up, Burple, you're resistant to it anyway, right?
I'm resistant to necrotic damage, yeah.
I'm raging now, so I'm resistant.
Right, I don't think we're going to overthink this. I'm just going to roll it and everybody can be resistant.
Okay.
It's
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
123.
123 points of damage.
So resistant half of that, so 60.
No save.
61.
Only resistance.
61.
Uh-oh.
Everyone takes 61.
And on 8, it is Scaly O'Toole.
Okay. I think I'm going to now fail my
Oh, there's some
concentration
concentration.
check. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I need to make a DC 30 Constitution save, which
Yes.
basically I can't do. Let's see what happens if I roll the dice. 24 plus 3 from
7.
Okay,
No.
no. So that all the mini sessions has disappear.
Oh, it's annoying of them.
Oh, that's very fucking annoying.
I'll sweep them all off the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scaly.
Well, Scaly is going to wallop. There's not a lot else to do, is there? I'm going to hit it. Going to hit it twice.
Yeah.
And also do a breath weapon on it.
Okay.
I'm hoping to make it choke and spit me out again.
Well, we'll get to that. Off you go.
Massive shot.
You can attack
I'm not constrained.
You're not restrained. You are blinded, so you're attacking at disadvantage, which seems insane because you're just.
I'd like to
I know.
contest that because I'm literally going to take my massive chopper and poke it upwards with all my strength.
Let me show.
I kind of think you're right. You can't really help but
Hit something
hit something.
with a 27.
Is a hit. How much damage do you do on the creature?
Well, is it an evil outsider?
It is not. It is evil and it is undead, but it is not an outsider.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. First of all, ooh, nice. 15 points of standard damage and a divine smite at
Yes.
4th
Divine
level,
Smite.
doing a further 24 points of damage for my second attack, hitting arm class at 29, doing 10 points of damage. Then I'm going to do the second level divine smite, doing a further 19 points of damage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do, because I never do these, and I'm fucking going to do it now, do a breath weapon on it.
Is that a bonus action?
Yes. Wait a minute. Oh, no.
Well, that's why you never do it.
It's a fucking ordinary... It's an action. Sorry, I thought it was a bonus. In which case, c'est du.
That's it. You're all done. Well, it coughs you up.
Hey.
You fall prone in a space within 10 feet.
Okay.
So let us place your miniature. I'm just going to stick you inside the prismatic wall, which is
Yes.
good for you.
Yes,
right?
I'm perfectly happy with that.
Parker on 5.
Thoughts about what Parker should do?
Well, I
The thing
would
is,
be
how many of
running-
these breath weapons can we survive?
Well, it probably recharges on like 5 or 6 or something, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Not
so
many.
It might go again. Yeah, but it might go again. Yeah, exactly.
Is there another thing, another wall somebody can pull up? Is there an area of effect thing somebody can do?
I got a wall of force. I got fireball.
But he can obviously dimension door or something, can't he? So, or teleport.
Yeah, but it costs him an action, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
What are you thinking, Dan?
I don't know. I think I can survive possibly another round of that. I'm wondering whether I should heal myself.
Well, we
but
want to
I'd
make sure
rather-
we stay closer together. You know, so there's this 30 foot of Scaly, and wherever
Yeah.
the auras
Yeah.
are, we need to be close to them.
I think we need to focus on Dragotha, don't you?
It's just absolutely evidently clear that James Jacobs is fucking with you.
Yeah.
You have to stay together in order to get the benefit of all of Rabadabadas's boons.
Which
But
puts...
doing so makes you
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I spotted that.
eminently
early on, but-
breathable on.
Parker could go and jump on its back. Start annoying it. I mean, I'm saying that without... I'm really... it should be Lucas to be here to in such a thing to make up
Well,
these.
I'm going to attack it, so we may as well just steam in.
Yeah, okay.
So he scootles up, going base to base with Dragotha. Is he going to stay out of the river, though,
Yes.
right? So he's
Yeah.
not stepping in a square.
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to attack?
Yep.
I don't know what he does.
He hits
Well, he
with
gets 2 attacks with the
stuff
Staff of Striking,
strikings.
and then he can spend a key point to get 2 unarmed strikes with the Gauntlets of Thunder and Lightning.
Okay, so who's rolling that?
He attacks a plus,
12.
I think, 12.
12.
Okay, here it is.
Correct.
First
Yep.
attack.
15 hits armor class 27, which is a hit on Dragotha.
How much damage?
Well, he ordinarily does 1d10 plus 6.
4 points of damage.
9.
And then does he want to spend any charges from the Staff of Striking
Yes.
to roll some extra damage?
How many?
Do you roll how many charges it gets back at dawn, or does it reset?
It's marked as having 2 charges used at the moment. I don't.
Also nobody's rolled.
Gets 1d6 plus 4 charges at dawn.
Somebody rolled d6 plus 4.
Do that. 8 charges.
It's fully charged.
So every charge he spends is an extra d6 damage.
Well, I'll just do all 10, shall I?
Hang on. Is there something about it going to...
Is there something about
do 9.
going to... Is it
9. Okay, 98.
d8s or d6s?
d6s.
Okay, here we go. 27 points.
Well, every journey starts with a first step.
Next
Lots of
hit.
ones there.
Next hit.
That's about 2% of its hit points.
Oh dear.
2.
Hello,
Miss.
And then do you want to spend a key point
Yeah.
to gain 2 unarmed strike
Yeah,
attacks with
a
the
key point with
gauntlets?
2 unarmed strikes.
At plus 9.
Plus 9.
So somebody knock off that key point. First
Yes.
attack is, I'm afraid, is a miss.
Okay, I just
Hello,
rolled-
miss. And then the last one is a... Oh, that's...
A hit.
Now, can he do stunning strike?
He can, yeah.
I'll do a strike.
You spend a key point, so another key
Yeah.
point. To make the target stunned at the end of your turn if it fails the Constitution save. DC
Yep.
17.
The effect is condition is stunned, right?
Yes.
We don't need to worry about it. Let's not
And
bother.
how much damage from that?
From the unarmed strike.
Yeah.
A D6 plus something for the gauntlet.
No, be
plus his strength.
10 plus 3.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
D10
D10,
plus 3.
alright.
Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, God.
No.
4 points
dear.
of damage.
4 points of damage. That's it. Now, do you want to try and move away?
Doesn't he have that kind of
Because
mobility?
you've got the mobile feet, and you've got movement left, and you've made an attack.
Yeah, he should
Yeah.
move back and leave the square open for someone else.
Back to where he was before.
There you
Around
go.
the corner.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of cover.
So he's
From
used
Dragotha.
9 charges and 2 key points. Is that right?
Yeah.
Top of round 3 on 17. It's Belly Hebel.
Right. Can I do 3 spells in a round?
You can cast a spell with a bonus action so long as it's a cantrip. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graham
If
will
you
know better
cast a
than
spell
me.
that's a bonus action, your other spell can only
but
be
I
a
want
cantrip.
to cast 3 spells.
You would cast 3 spells.
I just want to cast
I don't
3
even
spells.
know
That's
if
not too
haste will
much.
let you
to-
cast 3 spells.
No. One of them
It's
was
a
going to
special
be haste.
occasion.
I don't know how long I'm going to last. So I might actually cast haste.
Right.
But then maybe I would just want to cast a fireball.
Because fireballs are hard to resist, aren't they?
They are. This thing, what square is it in?
I take your point. It's actually in the wall.
It's in the wall.
It's in base-to-base contact with you, but it is in the wall.
Mobility.
Yes.
Do you need
If you make an attack.
you need to make an
then-
attack, and I can't attack it, right? Because it's in the wall.
No, I'm saying you can attack it. I've placed it in the wall. It's a 4-square creature, but it bit at you, so you can bite at it. Well, not that you would want to.
So if I cast a fireball, will I get it? Can I hit it?
It might get advantage on a saving throw because
Right.
the vast majority of it seems to not be exposed. But hey, yeah.
And does that count
But
as
is
an
that
attack?
an attack under the? I don't know. Somebody's got to look up mobile feet.
Mobility.
Your speed is increased by 10 foot when you use the dash action. Difficult terrain doesn't cost you any movement on that turn. When you make a melee attack against a creature,
Melee attack, there you
Melee attack.
Melee attack. Okay, it's the end of that plan.
Melee. Well, it's not the end of that plan. Maybe I take the attack of opportunity.
Oh sure. Get swallowed whole.
Swallowed whole.
Swallowed whole.
it's actually a decent thing being swallowed whole. I mean, it's done wonders for
Yeah,
the
it
skin.
protects you from the windy thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
does.
wind of death.
Yeah, it's less damage. Oh,
No
I don't know.
damage.
Do I cast regenerate on myself? Do I? God, I don't know. I want to be aggressive. I want to be fighty.
It's always your thing. You always want to be on the
I
front
think we
foot.
have to try and do some fighty.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
The longer we delay being on the front foot, the less
Yeah, it's fine. What I'm gonna
likely
do-
we are to get through this, I think.
Yeah, we
What
can't.
I'm going to
hold
do
that.
What are you going to do?
is I'm going to cast a fireball centered there.
So that is going to get just get it right. You're filling the passage. with
No,
a
I'm going to
fireball.
move.
Okay.
In your own time.
Sorry, it's a tricky situation because I could be in a lot of trouble. I'm going to go. I'm jumping over the river.
Okay. So you're straddling the river or hopping backwards and forwards.
At that
okay.
point, before I fully go out of range, I'm going to detonate a fireball between Dragotha and the thing in the wall, hopefully getting both of them.
What's the DC of the saving throw?
That's a DC 18 Dex save.
First of all, the dex save from the little creature. It's got a lousy dex save. Oh, hello. Makes that save. And Dragotha seems entirely unaffected by your fireball, I'm afraid. Who does power? No, I didn't even roll a dice.
30.
Well, you singed the other thing.
5,
dear.
6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there.
You're piling into the cabin
Piling
itself.
into the cabin,
right up next to the
Next to the prismatic wall.
prismatic wall and the ziggurat within it and all of that. On 17, it's Uncle Buggy.
Right. I've got a slight issue. I thought I had 2 potions of speed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And you don't?
I think I've only drunken 1.
Mm-hmm.
I should have 1 left, but I
Drunken.
character sheet says 0.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
But I'm pretty sure I only drunk 1 and I ordered 2.
I don't know what you want me to do.
You have to go with what's on your character
if-
sheet, Johnny.
You have to go with what's on your character sheet
Okay.
because otherwise everybody could always be saying, "Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I had a I thought I had a
Okay.
Throne of the Gods, I'm sure I got that one.
nuclear weapon in
Yeah.
my bag of holding, and it doesn't seem
It's
to be."
annoying because you use it up and it stays on your character sheet. Okay, so I'm not drinking my potion of speed, but I do have enough movement to move up to it. I'm leaving the Griffon.
By it, you mean Dragotha?
Dragotha, yeah. So where Parker was
So
standing.
you're running back up the passageway, right up base to base with the great
and then
creature.
I'm going to bash.
You're going to bash.
I'm going to bash. I'm taking advantage because of the Rabadabadobs.
Yep.
I roll a 29, 31.
31 is a hit.
I do the following damage. 26. That is pretty damn good. 5 of which is radiant.
Oh! Doesn't make any difference, but...
It doesn't make any difference. Okay. Next attack. 22.
Is a hit.
Ooh. I do...
if I've got this right, I believe it's on...
18 points of damage. It's not bad.
Okay, here, the damage is starting to rack up.
Is it possible to grab onto him?
Well, you need to make an athletics check using your action to do so, and you've just attacked.
Okay, but for next round, do I think it's possible to jump on him?
100%, just the same as when you jumped on the back of the worm drake.
Okay.
I think this thing might be a bit easier to get a purchase on because it's got an exposed rib cage
Yeah.
and lots of bony parts.
Okay, that was my go.
Napoleon bony parts. On 16 it is Sessions EPA. I'm going to call it Napoleon bony parts from now on. If I run a skeleton character down a campaign. It's good.
Good name.
Can we see out of the prismatic wall?
No, you can move freely through it, but it is opaque.
Okay.
This is a good looking battle map.
So I'm going to move to the edge of the prismatic sphere,
Yeah.
down at the bottom end, which I think puts me 60 feet from Dragotha.
Okay.
I'm doing Sunbeam.
Sunbeam. Isn't that a car?
Yeah.
Chrysler Sunbeam.
Chrysler Sunbeam. This is the Session Sunbeam. So I then shine a brilliant flash of light as a 5 foot wide, 60 foot long beam,
Yeah, got it.
which passes through this one as well as Dragotha.
Passes through the worm in between you and Dragotha.
And
Yep.
Dragotha. So they both need to
got
make Constitution saves DC 20.
Let's start with the little thing.
I have to be scrupulously honest.
Scrupulously.
Scrupulously. That I think he's at advantage and he gets +3 because of it affects him.
Because it's all...
Unless he's undead.
No, isn't that all... He is undead.
He's undead.
It's all living creatures, so...
Because all living creatures are
He has
all
disadvantage on his saving throw because he's undead or an ooze. If he's undead or an ooze, disadvantage on this saving throw.
It's all very confusing. Buggy, what does your power help with?
creatures. It says
One of them is living creatures.
all creatures within 30 feet have advantage on Constitution and immunity.
Yeah. Okay,
to
so
powers.
that... Yeah. Okay, so, one thing at a time. Let's start with the small creature. It's making a Constitution save DC,
20 at disadvantage. Is it an
impressive.
undead?
Yes, it is an undead.
Okay, so it saves at disadvantage.
Yeah, so that's a save with a 16. And that is a fail with a 7. How much damage
So
do you
it does.
Sitting
there you
here
go.
ready to make a note.
26 points of radiant damage and is blinded.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just see if it can be blinded.
That's excellent.
Condition.
It's a Woyim. He's got no eyes, is
Right, it's blinded. You don't know that that's really made any difference to its life.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at Dragotha. A DC 20 Constitution save. Let's roll the dice.
At disadvantage.
It's flat because it's at advantage because of A, because of Buggy, and B, because of other things. It saves.
So it takes half as much damage
So 39.
and is not blinded.
Yeah, got it. Well, the sum effect of Parker's turn, Buggy's turn,
And I'm going to
that damage.
step into the prismatic sphere.
Okay, he's taken a bit of damage. I think this prismatic sphere is going to turn out to be tactically useful, but not necessarily in the way originally intended. On 13 is the bad guys.
Sorry, can I just point something out? Did the Griffin take all that damage? I think he might be dead. How much damage was it?
If it saved, it's 63.
Yeah, it was
half
63.
of 6.
Because
it's dead then. If you could take it off.
it's dead.
Thanks.
Okay.
It becomes his figurine thing again.
Figurine of just figurine-ness. Right, bad guys. Starting with the small ones. The first small one, I mean, they're not small, they're absolutely huge, but you get the general idea. It pounces out of the wall onto Uncle Buggy. It attacks Uncle Buggy with its bite, hitting armor class 25.
Yep.
Can you give me a DC
Don't say dexterity.
20... It is dexterity. A DC 23 dexterity saving throw.
Can't use athletics.
Nope. Dex save, but you've got
Advantage.
advantage on dex saves.
DC what,
against
sorry?
threats you can see. 23.
Well, I got +2. I keep moaning about this. +2 as a 19th level character on my dexterity saves.
Yeah,
So
but
I
you're
need
not
two-
near anybody
I
else.
need a 20.
Yep. I need a 20. I'm holding out for a 20 till the end of the... You don't
Yeah,
get
no.
a 20. Instead, you get a 3.
And I do get a
You got a 20.
Oh, what
Okay.
a fluke.
What a fluke.
You
So,
fucker.
and then you take 25 points of piercing damage and 10 points of necrotic damage. With all of the rage and stuff you've got to apply, but, whatever. Then,
12.
now, we've got a cone. It's very big.
Did the breath weapon recharge?
A nasty feeling that the breath weapon recharge is not a thing.
Well, maybe that's the poor conversion to the 5e, but dragons do recharge their breath weapon.
No, it's been converted to 5e.
Yeah, but that's slight omission about the recharge.
No, it's not an omission. It's not an
I
omission.
think you've
it's a
already
deliberate
used-
change. It's a deliberate change to the standard expectation because of the extraordinary power of this creature.
I mean, even Tiamat doesn't breathe every round.
Actually, what it is, Johnny, is this thing has 2 breath weapons. It's going to squeeze, and it's going to breathe. You know what? It's not. It disappears.
Oh, you absolute arsewipe.
The only thing we've got left. Thank you.
I just,
No, lovely. What a lovely image.
Nice.
arse
Not really the
gravy.
sort of
The
thing you want to call a
remaining
DM.
worm, the one up next to the
Calls me
ziggurat.
worse.
Well, they're called night crawlers, these things.
Mhm.
First of all, it has to make a saving throw. Oh no, it doesn't have to worry about being blinded, so it's not going to bother with any of that. It's either got Burple to its north, or it's got Parker, a buggy to its west.
East.
I'm going to roll 1 to 2 Burple, 3 to 6 Buggy and Parker. Burple, it steps 1 square west so that you are no longer obscured by the prismatic sphere, and it casts a spell. Spell it casts a cone of cold.
Cone of cold.
DC 21 Constitution save.
Of course it's
please.
Constitution. They're all fucking Constitution.
+3.
+3 from Scaly.
Casts a cone of Mr. Whippy and a single flake.
Ooh. Is that going to be enough?
It's an 18.
Not quite.
What's the DC?
21. Why don't you use your dice?
I'll use my luck first.
Yep.
And I've used my alt dice already.
Ah.
Oh dear,
No,
that's
it's
not
even
enough.
worse.
Anything else?
I do have
Even
a
though-
one-off alt dice.
Oh, you've got the one-off special alt dice.
So I burn it here. I think it's going to get worse, but then I probably won't be around long enough if it gets worse. So, how tall's the ceiling, by the way?
100 feet.
Okay, I will not burn my alt dice.
You're sucking it up. You ready?
Yeah,
Assume the position.
how bad is
You
it?
take 34 points of cold damage. Could be worse.
Could be worse, but
But no fun. A creature killed by the spell becomes a statue until it thaws. On 8, it's Scaly O'Toole.
Scaly. Scaly O'Toole, they call him Scaly.
Don't try and give him a song.
Why not?
I quite like that song.
They call him Scaly.
Scaly
They call him
O'Toole, call him
Scaly.
Scaly.
Scaly's going to use his divine sense. Because he-
Is that an action?
Yes, it's
Surely
an action.
not. Oh, it is. Okay.
He's using his divine sense because Dragotha is flicked out of existence. We don't know whether Dragotha is flicked back into existence on top of the ziggurat. So, being an undead,
You do, because you're inside
But-
the prismatic
well,
sphere. You can see the
I can
ziggurat.
see it. I thought I couldn't see. I thought it was all opaque.
No, you can't see
Oh,
through
okay.
it, but you can see
Oh,
within
in
it.
which case, fuck that.
It's way too big, but
Once
it's way
within
too
the-
big, by the way. That radius is wrong, isn't it? Horribly wrong.
yeah, it's done a 20,
It's 20-foot radius. It's meant to be...
10, 15, 20.
Yeah, so it's 10 foot too big.
Okay, so you're
So
10
it's
foot.
way... It's... Okay, so
It's
it's
a
too
bit
big. Oh, well, that means that other one
Ah,
wasn't
well,
bumped.
too late.
That's annoying. The other worm wasn't actually...
Dear, oh dear.
What about my...
What about my...
I never would have.
Yeah, but
what about my... yeah, but I never would have...
Okay, so once within it, we can see. It's just outside it. We can't see through it.
Exactly right.
In which case, he's going to go and thwacka the special forces worm.
He's going to
Thwack the black worm.
He's going to thwacker the Special Forces
Yep.
worm. What a strange thing to say. Why Special
'Cause
Forces?
it's black ops. It's kind of like big and mean and deadly.
Okay.
Whatever.
And
Whatever.
right, machete attack.
Big number.
Armor class 30 is
30?
going to be, I think, a hit.
It's going to be a hit.
Doing
Gonna be a hit.
standard damage of 15 points plus
Yep.
divine smite of a further 18 points. So it's 33 points on the first hit,
Yep, got it.
and on the second attack, rolled off a 20 for
Bounced
an
off the 20.
armor class 19.
Number class 19 is a
Is
miss.
a hello
Hello,
miss.
miss.
And then I'm going to finish
Gonna finish yourself
my
off.
move
Oh, I see.
back into the
Yep.
thingy.
Back into the prismatic wall, and on 5 it is
Yep.
Parker, bringing up the end of the round.
Bring it up.
What is Parker going to do?
Good, nice.
I thought it'd be a good idea for Parker to maybe get back towards where the bulk of people are and maybe on the way attack the one that's in the main
The
chamber.
bug is down there.
Yeah, I think if we could get rid of them without actually using up too much of their resources, that might help things, because they are nasty to have to deal with as well as Dragotha. So maybe Parker could go and help the one that's on Boggy, and I and Burple and Sessions can deal with the other one. What do you reckon?
Sure.
What say you?
Yeah, or we could all focus on one of them.
Well, in which case, focus on the one nearest us.
No. Focus on the one nearest me.
No. There's more of us near this one, so it'd be easier to do.
So Scaly and Sessions are inside the prismatic
Yes.
wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What about the
Are there
worm?
any
No.
greeblies inside?
There's
There's
worms.
worms, but no Dragotha.
Are the worms being killed by the prismatic sphere?
In a very thin line, yes. But the prismatic sphere overall
So
is
as you
about an
walk
inch
out,
thick.
as you walk out with them on you, they die.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
of course, yeah.
It's like a shower.
It's like a shower.
It's sort of like a shower, like a car
You kind
wash.
of walk in and out, and you just get cleansed.
Car wash.
Yes, car
Oh,
wash.
that maybe that solved that problem then.
Yeah. Anyway, Parker. What's Parker going to do?
Well,
Why don't we roll to see who's controlling him,
Oh.
and then
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
All right. Or D4.
Left to right.
Looking around the table.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. 4. That'll be Sessions.
Okay, I think he's going to move closer to where the rest of us are and attack this one that's exposed. Might also be stunned.
Stunned.
No, stunned.
I don't know that it's stunned. I don't have a note of that.
Is it
But
prone?
anyway,
Was it knocked down by something?
a while ago. It's acted since then. The last thing it did was cast a cone of cold at Purple.
Ah, right. Okay.
What's
Let's.
Purple doing for hit points?
Oh, we've used all of the charges
Oh,
on
not
the staff for striking. Yeah.
And
Well,
use
he's going to move up.
2 key points.
Yeah. Let's see if we land some briars. So he's going to move up and whack the one that's in the main chamber.
Yep. Standing next to it, sort of next to Burple, slightly to the north.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he is now? Where are you going?
Right, a plus 12. He gets 2 attacks with the
2 key
staff of
points
striking.
is used up. Can you remind us which ones are damaged, Mike?
Yeah, the one that Parker's attacking has taken a chunk of damage. The one that Buggy is on has taken only a little damage.
23.
Is a hit.
I'm a class 23.
23 is a hit. Yep,
Damage is 7.
got it.
Tries hitting again. They'll be hit. Armor class 30
Definitely a hit. Yep.
for 16 points of damage.
Yes.
And are these worm infected?
No, I don't think they are.
So he'll do the flurry of blows then. The first
Had enough
flurry
worms.
of
Everybody's had enough
dear.
worms.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Now you want to gamble. If you gamble, you can turn that 1 into a regular miss with a standard hit. Otherwise, that is the end of your turn. Well, the end of your attacks. Turn.
I think we'll not bother gambling.
Not bother gambling. Okay, that was Parker on 5. Top of a new round on 20. All of you, you feel a kind of wave of energy and a low subsonic growl coming from your west. That is back the way that you entered this whole complex. It's a sort of subsonic rumble that you think must be coming from Dragotha. And as you feel that rumble through your feet, the waters of the Green River flowing from the ziggurat start to surge and bubble and emit a huge cloud of green gas what does that mean for you all?
Oh, you absolute
Oh,
drunk.
bloody hell.
We are not going to find out now. We're going to.
Complete.
Oh, thank you.
He is, isn't he?
Try and keep it professional. We are going to find out what the river of green sludge slurbling all over you and the green gas of horrible means for your futures when we pick things up next week.
It's just insufferable.
Not easy, is it, this room?
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher and Age of Worms are copyright Wizards of the Coast. Into the Wormcrawl Fisher was written by James Jacobs. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!